Good afternoon, guys. Chef Redbeard here with Dherbs Kitchen, and we have something wonderful for you. It's a raw vegan salad today for the holidays. It's chock full of collard greens and some radicchio, some really bright vegetables that are going to help you with this raw diet. So first we'll start with some collard greens. This is a flat leafy green. You can find it in bundles. Sometimes it's already pre-washed for you in a bag. So I'll show you how to take this and de-stalk it or de-stem it to remove it from its stems. The stem is edible. It can be eaten raw or cooked. However, it's bitter, so we just want to remove those. Several ways to do it. Of course, I'll show you my kitchen hacks. You can remove it directly from the stem just by ripping it down. Or you can line all your leaves up as they are kind of in a bunch, and we're just going to cut straight down both sides of the vein. Give it a nice twist, deveined. So then we're going to do what's called the chiffonade. It's one of our kitchen tips or tricks. It means to make ribbons. So you're just going to fold those leaves that you have that have been deveined in half. You want to just roll it as tight as possible. And we're going to cut about 1/4 inch strips. And you don't worry about if that comes out. It's still going to be used. So here we have our chiffonaded ribbons. This was one bunch. I have one bunch that I'll add to it, giving us 2 total bunches of collards. Now to this mess of greens, we're going to add another lettuce, which is a radicchio. This has a very peppery, some would say bitter, depending on how it's cooked or how it's utilized. So I'm going to cut this in half, and I'll show you. Looks like a small cabbage on the inside. The bitter part comes from this root or stem. So we're going to cut that out. Just make a small triangle and remove that. Again, it's also edible, so don't fret if you forget to take that part out. And then from this, we're just going to make some lengthwise cuts to just shred. Again, in the same vein of the collard greens. So that's 1 small head of radicchio to 2 bunches of raw collards. Now to start flavoring our salad, we have some spring onions or some green onions. This is going to add some nice vegetal and slight heat from the onion, but since we're using the white and the green, it'll balance out and have a subtle onion flavor. So we're just going to do some slices of the green onion. You can cut it straight down in circles, or you can cut it on a bias. It's going to kind of get lost in with the green of the collards, but the flavor is still there. So to those 2 bunches, I have another 3 bunches of green onions. So that's 2 bunches of collards, 3 bunches of green onions, and 1 small head of radicchio. Just going to drop that in. I here have a 1/4 cup of dried cherries. So next we have some garlic. You can buy already peeled garlic, as I have here. I've peeled it myself, but this is the garlic bulb. You just want to take 1 clove out, maybe 2 for this. I'm just going to make some small slices depending on how garlicky you would like it. Remember, this is raw, so it will have that heat from the garlic, but the thinner you slice it, the more it'll dissipate. So I'm just going to slice very thin. And we just want chips shaved very thinly. We're not dicing it or cutting it up anything. This is just going to spread, and once it soaks in with the dressing that we'll make, it tastes amazing. Get the shaved garlic in there. Doesn't want to leave my hand. Okay, so now we can make our dressing. We have all the ingredients for our salad. It's going to be real simple. We don't have to make an emulsification. There's no blending of the salad dressing. It's literally just going to marinate. Because of how sturdy and hardy that the collard greens are, it's not really going to break down. It's just going to kind of coat it and make a nice salad dressing. So to that, we'll add a 1/4 cup of extra virgin olive oil. And then 1/8 of a cup of apple cider vinegar. And you can add to it depending on how seasoned you want your salad dressing. You can kind of see what's going to be absorbed in that. This is optional, but it adds a nice layer of heat, subtle heat. This is red chili flakes. So about a pinch or two, just to waken up. And for seasoning, some pink Himalayan salt. And some black pepper. So I'm gonna give this a nice mix to get it all incorporated. And then this is gonna sit in your fridge while you're preparing all your other side dishes for about 4 to 5 hours. Once you can ready to serve it, you can take it out of the refrigerator and it can be plated. And I'll show you what it looks like plated. So here we have our meso greens. It's collard greens, radicchio with some dried cherries and a little bit of heat with some garlic and some dried chili sticks.